fine. I figured out what was going on. Apparently, no, don't worry about it.
Parasite.
Yes, bans are going on. Sorry, guys. The way it works now with actually trying to use music is really screws it up for me a lot. So yes, Shorkan, we can hear you now. So everything's live. We're fine. Doing Gold Cycle 7, round of 16. The point is, I had to change like 6 different audio settings going in between and then out of games, so it's really confusing. And sometimes I screw up. So, sorry about that.
It happens. It happens
happen.
to the worst of us.
Namely me.
Yeah, the worst of us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, as apparently inept as I am at this, we are somehow in a game. And everything appears to be correct. It looks like all the sound is there. We can hear Shorkan, we can hear the game. There's no music in the background that's interrupting stuff, so it's all fantastic. Anyway, Gold Cycle 7. This is the round of 16. Shrek is Love taking on GiG, which is apparently somehow turning into Mewtwo. And I am not D&D'd for reasons I don't understand. Goddamn Cocaster chat. Okay. How you doing, Shorkan?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, welcome. Anyways, so yeah, GiG. I'm like, all I think of is Family Guy's giggity, giggity,
Right?
giggity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And their tags, man, they're not all tagged up. It's just not okay.
They're mostly tagged up as WOG, which makes no sense for Blue, because I don't remember Take Care of being a member of
Tyreek.
WOG. Tyreek, okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Crush 1 and Vetches both were, so.
Yeah, but Vetches doesn't even have the tag.
Right. And then
So-
WOG switched to like iWOG or something, so it's really frickin' confusing, people.
No. It's because someone was kicked. Jonathan was kicked,
Right.
and then Jonathan was the leader of the clan in game. So they had to change. They had to go to make like improved WOG in game. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense anymore that they were WOG. You
Right.
know, because Jonathan
okay.
was like, "No, I'm not giving you guys leader."
Right. Makes sense. Oh well, that's apparently the story of where we are right now with the Legion side. Shrek is Love, in the meantime, have actually somehow managed to maintain a decently consistent roster. They picked up Mighty Mark. They picked up Nox, and Masera a while ago.
No. They picked up the Denver Pro most recently because they had
yeah, he might have been the most
staff.
recent.
Yeah, they had the staff or Bunny
But
General.
that was
or
even that a couple of cycles ago. Like the Denver Pro's been on their team for a little while now, and Masera's a
Like-
relatively recent addition as well.
Masera and well, Mighty Marcus has been there the entire time because it's Dem strats, but
Yeah.
Masera and Nox were kind of added at the same time, and after that, Denver, Lol Faggot or Staff or
Yeah, Bunny
Bunny General.
Deep XD, all
Yeah.
sorts of fun names there. He left and he was replaced by the Denver Pro, which was fun
Yeah.
because
he wasn't focused as much anymore apparently
Okay.
because he was playing Heroes of the Storm or some like game we've never heard of. I don't know.
I've heard of that game.
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay, sorry. Anyway,
the game is one.
we're well into the drafting phase right here, so that's where the lineups and rosters stand. So somehow Cluckmuck managing to keep his team more or less together for probably the first time. It's like the first time they haven't undergone a roster change between cycles, which is amazing for him. But
Yeah.
oh well. Legion side and Mewtwo
Anyways.
going to take out Chipper and Ophelia, so that's a Demstrats oriented ban right there, as well as Denver Pro, who plays the jungle for them. Magnus and Swiftblade getting banned out by Cluckmuck, so the Skill Blade still a bit of a problem, and the Initiator and Magnus, a lot of people don't like to deal with that hero. It's a very powerful hero, and Legion at first pick, so they would very possibly pick it, but they're going to first pick Kraken into Glacius, Dr. Repulsor, and eventually a Cthulhuphant. The Hellborn going to go with a Parasite Rhapsody Puppet Master draft, so both sides quite gank oriented here, it looks like.
I don't know. I liked the Legion's draft before I saw the Cthulhuphant because I don't think Cthulhuphant is a good hero anymore. If you're gonna go for a ganking woods hero, then it's either Parasite Ophelia or Solstice. I know that you probably don't like Solstice very much, but he's very, very strong in ganking.
I like Solstice. Why do you think
You
I
like
don't
Solstice?
Yeah.
Because you hate any hero that's like slightly strange, and that prisoner pick is pretty
That's good.
good. Pretty
That's really
damn
good,
good. I know
actually.
that Demstrats can play it. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You can say
The
why if
W-
you want. Yeah, it's
No,
the shackle.
yeah, I was about to. The
Fine.
shackled. That's literally the reason. Like, can you calm down? I'm
No.
taking my time. Wow. Are we gonna do
Get
this
through it.
again?
Get through it faster, Shorkan. Get through it faster. Sorry,
Get
I'm a
through it
little
faster,
sick right
faster,
now,
faster,
so I'm
faster.
kind of grumpy, and
It's fine. It's fine.
you're gonna bear the
I'll
brunt of
just
that a
hate
little
you.
bit. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
hate you. It's fine.
what else is
Like
new?
nobody cares.
Uh,
Anyway, so the Revenant.
yeah.
I don't like that. What is that gonna do? Is that a suicide Revenant or with a jungle Cthulhu, or is it a semi-support Revenant where they have Cthulhu? Well, a Kraken dual lane middle.
Yeah.
And you see my reaction already by saying
I'm just.
so.
I'm also thinking. Let's take a look at their targeted stuns right now, and realize it's not a very long list. I mean, Glacius's freeze is sort of a stun. At least it'll stop TPs and stuff like that, but it's not really a stun. And then you have Dr. Pulsar's opposite charges, which is not really a stun, but it's sort of a stun. And
It's going to rely so heavily on the Cthulhu and Kraken PKs that I think their draft is bound to fail. I mean, they have a timing, and if they reach that timing, they might be able to beat the Hellborn team, but I don't even know what the last pick is, and I really like that pick as well, even though... No, that's a good pick. It makes him... It makes the suicide a lot easier to deal with, like for your suicide player, because Madman just manages to not really be hindered by his support, and as it looks right now, Crush plays the suicide for this team, I assume. So Cthulhu on suicide with 2 supports, so unless they're running a defensive tri-lane against a solo Madman, I don't know what they're doing. Right?
yeah.
But yeah, even Madman shouldn't really care that much unless they go full tryhard and buy
I screwed
dust.
stuff up. Give me. Okay, I'm gonna keep the replay going, but I have to. Give me back a second. Give me right back.
Okay, so while Quincy finishes being incapable, we're gonna see the laning now. Kind of. If they stop rushing to one lane, all of them, with these guys. Wow, these guys. He even types to me saying, "Be right back." Anyway, so it looks like they're going to be meeting up at top lane. I'm very sorry if Quincy is not following one of the heroes, because there might be a clash here, and that could determine the laning phase right here. Getting a first blood on the prisoner mid will let him completely stomp this Kraken.
Okay, I'm back. It's fine. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
clash
Sorry.
about to happen.
Oh god, top
Clash.
lane. Yes, stuff's happening. And I
Only
have to
Cluckmuck
switch.
has a ward, and wow, them strats. Did he really miss that hook?
He really did.
Wow, that was disappointing.
You.
I was
you also might be
expecting,
a
like,
couple
a
of
super
seconds
hook.
ahead of me, by the way.
Yeah, because your computer was busy running things, and they're not gonna. Okay, they see the ward of sight. How far along are you? I'm at
20,
17,
19,
16.
18, 17, 16, 15,
Keep-
14, 13.
Yep,
12. Yeah,
12,
okay.
11.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. So it's going to be an aggressive dual lane, which I actually do kind of like, but like they haven't done much to hinder the Parasite other than that Rev Ward, and that Rev Ward's going to go down fairly soon, and I really like it when Parasites kind of just have enough gold to buy a counter ward, because right now he's going to get completely screwed. Without 2 camps, you can't farm more than 250 GPM on a Parasite, and that's on a good day with good creeps. But if you have both camps, you can easily farm 300. But then again, it's also relying on creeps. And they're actually going to dual lane the Puppet Master and put Prisoner solo top, which I think they could have beaten top. I think they could have beaten top with Puppet, Rhapsody, and Parasite.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like Leech from Parasite, it's enough to just be a presence. Now they're setting themselves up to lose 2 lanes instead of possibly winning 2. And I don't like that. I mean, Nox is going to get free farm, and I mean, if all goes well, Kraken shouldn't get that much, but as seen right now, he's doing an alright job getting XP, and Rhapsody might actually be in trouble, because level 2 Kraken, splash and charge back into creeps, very dangerous. Meanwhile, top lane, I really don't know what Prisoner's going to do here, man. He's going to get XP, and apparently Elasted, because Crush didn't deny that, but
He's going to lose lane control here as well.
yeah.
And there's no support there to pull for him either, which means this is probably not going to go particularly well as it progresses. I mean, he doesn't have an escape mechanism, and he's relatively tanky, but there's also no real stun, which means that if they get aggressive, there's nothing that Prisoner can do besides try to run and maybe die.
Okay, what Prisoner needs to do right now is try to hook Revenant. Revenant has his Q. Look at the amount of creeps.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that would be a first blood right there, if he manages to hook the Revenant into the creep wave when it's advancing like this. I mean, Tyreek played it well and backed off before he was given the chance to, but when you have such a large creep wave, you feel invincible. Because the moment they attack you, the creeps just go like YOLO. Rage mode.
And Cthulhufen can get caught by these creeps a little bit as well, but if he's taking too much damage, obviously, he's still Cthulhufen. And he's got no trample, because he's still level 1.
He hasn't leveled anything though.
He has no spells. At all. Interesting.
Okay, let's look at this Parasite though. Like 200 GPM. The other camp is going to be free now, but like, as you can see, he's not getting much.
Yeah. Well, it's 2.5 minutes in, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's still going to think that the other camp is blocked now. Like, he would assume that it's like a ward of sight. Yeah. But maybe at the same time he doesn't, because they did counter a ward there, or at least Cluckmuck did with that Rev Ward.
He's also not getting particularly good spawns right here. The ogres aren't very helpful, and he will get another one at the 3-minute. But
I do prefer having ogres though over the stupid healer camps, like the one that just spawned, because that is the most cancer
that's the worst.
camp. That is most like, at least with the what's it called, the Ebulas, you can like have the big one, the Pustula or whatever. That's what it's called.
Right.
And then you have like a decent time. Okay, now it's going to be a 1v1 Cthulhu Prisoner, and because they're the same level, I think Cthulhu wins this, but it might also just be awkward when Prisoner hooks him into the tower and he takes a ton of damage and has no more regen. But if he manages to sidestep hooks, Cthulhu should win this, for sure.
I mean, that's assuming that he can get the shackle off before the trample comes out, and even if that happens, I think Cthulhu's just too tanky to...
Yeah, to really die, but
right.
I mean, win the lane, not get a kill.
Yeah.
Basically, who's gonna have more GPM in this lane? Crush, if he doesn't manage to screw up. But to be honest, he's had a shitty time already. He's at 230 GPM, which should have been a freeform lane. He must have missed a lot of last hits at the tower when he had that huge creep wave. I mean, it's difficult, I understand, but
he definitely did.
Don't let him get such a creep wave.
Middle lane, Kraken gonna take some aggression here from Puppet Master as well, and by the way, Puppet competing pretty well with the Doctor in the short lane for the top overall farm, the only two heroes above 300 GPM, and the only two heroes that are even reasonably close to 300 GPM. Everybody else's farm kind of sucks.
Look at bottom though,
yeah,
Madman.
Is he gonna survive this? Looks like he will. Pops the power supply, or the mana battery, and he'll be alright.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for a bottle. Bottle is such a nice item on Madman. And he bought the mana battery for 200 gold, so it'd only be like 80 off right now.
Yeah.
And he didn't even need the mana battery to survive, to be honest. He even used the barrel roll unnecessarily. He's quite tanky.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
now
gonna have more difficulty
I don't know what
Tyreek
Tyreek is doing. Can you tell me what Tyreek is doing?
Moving top? I don't know.
Doing things? I feel like he's wasting his time. The draft doesn't make sense. If they had Revenant Suicide and Cthulhufen in Woods, they would have so much more of a presence, but there's been no kills and initiation.
And it's giving me a lot of damage on the Prisoner right here, but he's just going to be able to walk it off, so... Right there, if you had
Also,
Revenant actually in position, that could have been a first blood, but...
But still, look at this. Look at the gold chart, or well, not the gold chart, the like golden XP lead for the Hellborn right now. Just because they have a jungler.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be aggressive early game, what's the point of having a dual support? Or you're defending a hard carry. Those are the two reasons. You either want to be aggressive early on, or you want to defend your hard carry.
Right.
And they don't have a really hard carry
and
on
I feel
the
like
Legion side.
If you're going to not do either of those things, at the very least you need to shut down this Puppet Master. Like, you can't let Puppet at 320 GPM and not get kills with dual support and get out-farmed.
And have Parasite be unhindered in the woods.
Right.
Like, he's been unhindered, pretty much. Oh, except for that ward, he was completely unhindered.
Right,
no one's even tried to
didn't do all
stop
that much. Anyway, top lane Cthulhu gonna eat the face hug as well as the ultimate from Prisoner, and that'll be a bloodlust. So
that was too easy.
Yeah, plenty of damage coming out there from the Hellborn team. Meanwhile, middle lane actually it's gonna be another kill on a King Nikke this time. Mighty Marcus dropping the spam.
God. And then Vecha is with the iconic reported, but you know, at 6 minutes in, 2.6k gold lead. What? What?
Yeah, that's
like,
not nothing.
I gotta say, Masera's doing pretty badly in this bottom lane, but he is against dual range, so I completely understand. Like
Right.
I really don't like that he didn't get a bottle. A Madman, you have like a mana problem constantly, you know?
Yeah.
It feels strange.
I mean, maybe he felt like the progression towards the bottle was way too slow. He wanted the mana battery to continue to survive, but seems like you'd rather just wait it out. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, it sucks, and you're a little bit more vulnerable if you wait for the bottle as opposed to the mana battery, but it also gives you rune control in the bottom lane, and at this point, Kraken can do little else other than control runes, because he's not much of a presence in lane, so if you take that away from him too, then he's more or less useless in this game.
They should dive bottom.
Yeah, and they are right now. There's the opposite charges going through. Barrow going to come, and the teleport coming in as well. Glacius is definitely going to fall right here, as Sarah can pick up a kill. Yeah, he will. So not bad.
Okay, so like if you're gonna initiate with a doctor on a Madman, you might want to give the doctor the dust.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. It makes it far easier to get the dust off in the first place, you know?
Right.
Also, let's look at his skill build right now.
Let's
He is
not, because
maxing,
top lane, Prisoner ultimate going to go through as two heroes are trying to gank him. Both of them going to get hit by that stun, though. And Prisoner will be able to just walk it off. Takes a good bit of damage from that Revenant, who actually hooks him right back in and gets the kill. Well played.
Nice hook. Brilliant hook.
Middle lane Kraken going to charge away. Bot Dr. Repulsor is very close to being dead. There's a leech back up in 3 seconds for Parasite, so this is going to be a kill for the Hellborn team. Oh, no, Rhapsody just finds it. Actually, leech is wasted. Kleckmuck says, mine.
Must have been like, mine. It's mine.
Yeah,
you
I
won't
win.
get it. It's fine.
Well, yeah, 5-0 hero kill advantage here as you approach the 10-minute mark, and it's going to be 4k gold, 5.5k experience ahead.
But that's so much more than 5 kills. Like,
Right.
if you think of 5 kills, that's maybe 1,200 gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then factor in the fact that the hero is dead for a bit, he loses gold, blah blah blah. Maybe that's like 2k gold
Yeah.
at most at this early point in the game. But just because Tyreek and Archwood have less than 71 GPM on the Tyreek, and XPM so limited as well. This is why there's a 6k XP lead.
Well, middle lane, Puppet going to go for the kill onto the Kraken, but pretty quickly realizing that he does not want to do that, so a bit of a waste of the Voodoo Puppet right there. But Parasite also looking to find something with an Invis Wild Hunter. They will spot the Revenant, who actually puts on a Word of Rev that's going to quickly get countered, obviously. Dust goes off from 2 heroes. They get the face hug and a pretty easy kill onto the Revenant. Release the Kraken. Doesn't do too much against Parasite as he just walks on out of there. Madman still wants more, and he's got plenty of mana and health to get it, but can't really find it because he doesn't want to die to the tower there, so Hellborn team will back off. They eventually do get themselves a kill. And Shrek is love. They're kind of ahead right now.
They are making sure to make a statement, so to speak. You know, Quincy, they're like, we know what we're doing,
Yep.
we know this draft, and although I originally disagreed with the fact that they were trying to lose 2 lanes at the start, it ended up working out because Crush 1 and Tyreek just didn't do too much in the long lane. It's a team M strat, the dual long lane Revenant Cthulhu, that's such, like you see that in high team M all the time, and to be honest, in a game like this, it just doesn't work. Like Cthulhu it just isn't strong anymore.
And speaking of which, he's going to get jumped by both Prisoner and the Puppet. Should be a pretty easy kill there. He does activate the Dream of Madness, which gives him some more health back. He'll trample away, but he actually might survive all of a sudden now, so nicely played from Crush. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Vetches is the one that dies as the Denver Pro comes in on that Parasite to help clean up a kill, and he's at 320 GPM, so overall the farm looking very positive for the Hellborn side. Shackle goes through the top lane onto Kraken. They will also get the trample onto Puppet Master, who's going to try to run away. The Torrent's there, and that's going to help finish off Nox, so Legion side finally getting on the board right here as they pick up their first kill just after the 10-minute mark. And that's opposed to 7 kills for Shrek is Love, so reiterating it, but it seems like Ogre are well in control of this game. And yeah, you were mentioning the farm before. You look at the creep scores, and we have 3 heroes in the Hellborn team over 45 CS, just 2 on the Legion side, another one at 24, which matches the Kraken. So both Suicides doing about the same, and both short laners / mid laners doing about the same. It's the difference being the jungler, because Parasite has 58 creep kills, and between Revenant and Glacius they have 1.
I would say Tyreek is like the jungler this time I support this game, so he has, 57 less creep kills, which I don't know. It's
a lot.
bit of gold.
It
it's
seems
tiny
like
bit,
a lot. It seems like a
slight
lot.
bit. And from those creeps, of course, most of them were jungle creeps. So,
Right.
had like 20 gold, maybe the easy camp, for example. But then
Right.
there's also the hard camp creeps, which give 100 or 85. You know.
I mean, it's not just a CS thing. You can look at the GPMs, and there's a little bit of a difference between the two of them. So, pretty much by any measure, Parasite obviously having a pretty solid game right now, and neither support on the Legion side has really had much of an impact either. It's one thing to look at their GPMs and say, oh, they haven't gotten farm, because they really shouldn't all that much, especially early on. But they've done nothing to shut down any of the heroes on the Hellborn team. All 3 cores are above 300 GPM, and you could even got the Suicide approaching 250. So.
And on a hero like Revenant, the levels are just so key. Like, you can't play Revenant without being level 8, like one of the first level 8s. And
Kraken top lane, and then he's gonna get caught out and killed. So King Nikke taking yet another death here. He's got 2 of them, and they've actually done a pretty good job of spreading out the deaths here on the Legion side. 2-1, 2-1, 2. So nobody's dying a ton, but everybody's dying a little bit, and collectively it's kind of a problem. Trample gonna miss in the bottom lane as well, so Madman will be just fine. It looks like they're gonna take out a tier 1 tower down here. We'll see if Masera can get a deny. No, he can't. Well, that'll help cut into the gold lead a little bit, I guess, but probably not enough. By the way, Parasite looking for a job here in the bottom lane. Onto Revenant, gets the dust out, as the puzzle box minions are even there, and Revenant actually gonna S2 sway down the cliff, but it doesn't matter because Rhapsody's there for the cleanup. Now Glacius could actually be in some trouble as well, as that early puzzle block's going to do a fair bit of damage, so that's going to be a second kill, and before the hook even can come in, it's a double tap for Cluckmuck.
Yeah, Cluckmuck wants all the kills, man.
Yeah.
Cluckmuck's like, this is my shit, I got this.
What a greedy Rhapsody.
And what a greedy Rhapsody. And remember what we said, how Prisoner was like the perfect counter pick? This is why.
Yeah.
Like, he's done so much this game on the Prisoner, and he actually managed to get quite some creep score, even though he was against 2.
By the way, top
lane.
Yeah, Puppet gonna catch out Cthulhu right here. We see a lot of teleport support coming in as the Voodoo Puppet goes through. They're gonna need to lock him down a little bit more if they can, but all the cooldowns are up, and Prisoner getting to land a hook right here will hit it. Perfect angle. Trample away from Cthulhu. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. Cluckmuck taking another kill because he's a greedy bastard. Middle lane, it's going to be another death, this time on Revenant. Release the Kraken right on Parasite's face, so he's definitely going to die as he gets charged back in the tower. And that helps finish him off, and it's the second kill for the Legion side. But again, more or less maintaining that 7-1, 6-1 hero kill ratio in favor of Shrek is Love, and so if you're gonna get a kill on the Legion team, that's good. If you're gonna give up 6 kills to get that kill, maybe not so good. Yeah, just thinking. Prisoner gonna get the shackle onto the Doctor right there, and that's an easy nice shackles points.
Vitches was greedy, man.
Yeah, that was
he stayed for too long.
That was a pretty hilarious time to say nice shackles right before it kills doctors.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But top lane.
Yeah, they get the
You know how they managed to kill Cthulhu just now, by the way? He put his shackle on the puppet before it died. And so that's why the Cthulhu was so slow.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I didn't even realize
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I thought he was just being slow because he's got Plate of Greaves, so he's not all that fast.
No, he was like slowed by a lot, and it's literally just because of the shackled.
There's a jump once again on a Revenant. He's real dead. That early portal key from Prisoner has actually gotten them 2 kills in the last couple of minutes. And we're seeing GGs get called right here, which wouldn't surprise me all that much, to be honest. It's 14
and yet
to
they're
2.
not CCing.
I guess not. Well, Doctor gonna jump in the middle lane, yeah, on top of the Prisoner. Now we have the freeze there as well, so actually Mighty Marcus could be falling right here. Indeed he will. That's just picking off that streak for 480 gold, which is nice.
Fake CC. Nice.
Meanwhile, top lane Cthulhu getting chased down by a number of heroes in the Hellborn Woods. There's 4 of them nearby, actually, and there's no way Crush One's getting out of that. So he falls again.
I was thinking, where's Cluckmuck for the chaos? Come on, Cluck.
He tried, man. He tried.
Now he's on par with Prisoner. This can't happen. He's on par with Prisoner.
Gotta get that farm up in Rhapsody, man.
Yeah,
anyway,
like he
Legion's
needs that
dropping a word of Rev right here. Release the Kraken really not doing too much as Madman will be able to get out of it. Earl doing some disjoint work right there as well. Parasite, Skeleton King trying to chase some people down and just throwing in some auto attacks, which actually does a fair bit of damage. So, nobody gonna die in that engagement, but
What, Parasite hits hard when he's inside a creep? What?
He does. It's true.
Oh my god.
And if you just stand there and let him auto attack you, it's not very effective. Oh, does that
Yeah,
Word of
because
Rev
they're-
just out of range? Oh my
Oh
god.
wow.
That's like on the pixel. How do you do that? That really hurts.
How do you fail that hard?
Oh, anyway, middle lane
Please.
Kraken is going to get hooked back in by a prisoner, and that's going to be another death on King Nikke, so Word of Rev going down to Leech side once again. Glacial Downpour actually doing a fair bit of damage, but it's not going to matter for Revenant's life, and then all of a
Really?
sudden Glacius is probably going to be falling right here. Yeah, there's the prisoner, Ornal Key, with his ultimate. Glacius going to fall to the pull back in. Dr. Repulsor wants some more. Cthulhu and he are going up 2 versus 4, though, and I don't think this is going to work out very well for either of them. Yeah, Vetches is the first one to drop Cthulhu with a very nice trample, but that actually Dance Floor is doing a lot. There's a Rhapsody ultimate as well, just to make sure that Prisoner can get out of there. Cthulhu may be a little bit too tanky for the Hellborn team to bring him down, but there's certainly a lot of them around here, and they want something more. Rhapsody going to get trampled in, and he actually is going to die right there to the Obliterate. Barrel Roll will slow down the Cthulhu, and here comes Parasite back in. Mighty Marcus, yeah, that's a little bit close to being dead, but, well, he'll survive as he pops that Blood Chalice and gets some health back. Kraken coming back in. Face Hug, actually, is going to be there to put the torrent right back onto Kraken. Now Prison's going to run away. Madman, that was an interesting decision as he decides to run back in. There's a Word of Rev there that helped them see him, but kind of low to be trying to take another fight.
I was so confused. I was like, what's going on here, Musetta? What are you doing? I mean, you got the
Well,
bottle, so I was happy with that. But then you bought back now. And they're speaking Swedish to each other because apparently that's a thing.
I mean, at this point, I think Shrek Love knows this is more or less over. By the way, release the Kraken on the bottom lane for reasons, just to clean up the creep wave, I guess. That's a really terrible decision, but I don't think it matters all that much.
Wait, did he seriously just
Yeah,
ult
he
him?
used it. He used it on the creep wave. There's nobody around. By the way,
What a
Prison
guy.
Hook missing. Well, he's got 175 GPM, so like, what's he
He
gonna
needs
do?
to get it up.
Well,
It's like Chipper, you know?
weird CC timing again, but they finally do give up, and it will be Shrek Love taking game 1 up against Mewtwo. So, anything else on that game there, Shorkan?
Outskilled completely.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they were doing top, to be honest. Like that was just like, oh look, prisoner, have some levels, and then we can have a little party together. We can dance. We
If
can
they want
make
to.
some fun, you know.
They can leave
Or
their
you can
friends
get
behind
hooked. Yeah.
when they get hooked.
Yeah.
And if their friends
exactly.
don't dance,
Then
and if
they're
they
no
don't
friends of
dance, then
mine.
they're no friends of theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Always always reasonable banter in
All right.
this Skype call. But yeah, that was my final thoughts of that dancing game.
Oh, apparently they're called Grief is Good, by the way. They're still registered on the HoN Tour system as Mewtwo, so I'm going to call them Mewtwo because that's what HoN Tour says they're called. But that's what it says Grief is Good versus Ogre. Shrek is Love.
I think
just
Grief
realized
is
that now.
Good quite possibly fits them really well.
Yeah, it seems to. They're
It-
WoG was a little bit notorious for some
Yes.
stuff, so
I don't know. Crush, have you heard of him?
I have. I mean, we saw the macros getting dropped. To be fair, it was mostly from Shrek is Love, but I think there's a reason that they do that against this team and not against other teams. Anyway,
They also do it
that's-
versus Solar Club, actually.
Well, that's
Ogre.
there's a more like friendly relationship there. I think that's
Yeah.
we're
perhaps.
buddies and we're gonna do this because we're friends and it's fine. Like that's
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay. That's it for game 1. Sorry, this is a really terrible outro, but we'll move on to game 2 in just a second, guys. Clearly, I am not. My illnesses are not affecting my mental state whatsoever. I'm completely here. I'm 100% ready to go. All right, I'll be right back.